Mythics, how are we all? Yes, it's another Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Sorry I'm late. 5 minutes. I should sort of in my mind say that the show starts at 9:55 and then I should actually be on time. Anywho, good morning, Martha. I'm always late. I know I'm always late. I tell you, I know. My brain underestimates how long it takes to get ready. But I should know that by now, shouldn't I, Martha? I should know that by now. So that is going to be one of my New Year's resolutions, to try and be on time, or maybe even early. How about that? That'll blow your minds. This is Grockle Snook, but you already know that. Grockle Snook, have you already been drinking the mulled wine? Is that what's going on here? My name is Ken Boyter, and you might know me from the Bottled Imp YouTube channel. Go over to the Bottled Imp YouTube channel and you'll find over 450 episodes of fancy goodness, fancy board game reviews, fancy film reviews, and fancy book reviews. Or, well, as well as, go over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel if you miss any of these live streams. It's Saturday and it's Edra Tales time. Absolutely, Spelsing. Good morning to you. How are you both? How are you, Martha? How are you, Spelsing? Anyone else that's watching that'd like to comment, please do so. And if you want to follow the channel, please click follow. That and also the notifications, because then you'll be notified exactly when I go live. It is a bit twitchy. No, what's the word? Glitchy. So you might not get them. Hopefully you will. And if you're over on YouTube, you might want to hit the subscribe button as well, because that does mean that you will find the channel in your list of subscriptions. So if you don't subscribe to the channel but you watch them regularly, you're going to have to search their name up every time, aren't you? Good morning, Steve. How are you, sir? How are you? Martha is super tired after watching a play yesterday. Ooh, sounds nice. What play was it, Martha? All well here? Thanks, fellas. You, says Spelsing. Yes, I'm very well, thank you, very well. Like Martha, I'm a little bit tired. You know, I've been burning the candle at both ends, doing many projects, as you can imagine, doing many projects. And we do have some news on To Kill a Thief. Some news on To Kill a Thief. Good morning, good evening, Lerin, yes. Casting my vote early for next Thursday morning's book. Yes, well, I have got a whole host of fighting fantasy books. I missed the midweek stream. I was doing London Commute. London Commute is always a bit of a... Take a good book. That's what I used to do. You probably do that now. People watch films. People watch films on their commute. Imagine that. Martha's put her Journey to the Christmas Star, a Norwegian play. Oh, great. I haven't seen it for 20 years. And man, it feels when the music hit. Oh, okay. That's fantastic. What's it called? Journey to the Christmas Star. I like that title. It sounds great. Fantastic. Well, glad you enjoyed it. Yes, so To Kill a Thief. To Kill a Thief. I have been working hard getting the digital rewards to people, because while the actual physical book and the ebook is being proofread one last time by Sally, because we want it to be the best book ever. Steve's put, working in Shaftesbury Avenue Theatreland. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Nice. I used to work near Shaftesbury Avenue, but not unfortunately, it was graphic design. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were near Shaftesbury Avenue. I might be making that up, but that sort of rings a bell. Unless I've just been there a lot to see theatre. I don't know. I've even got a hug from the villain, XD. He was happy to see me. Oh, that's fantastic, Martha. That's brilliant. Sounds like you had a great fun, a great night, great experience. Steve's put, I listen to podcasts while walking or standing and read a book when I can grab a seat. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, good idea. Well, back in the day when I used to commute, we didn't have podcasts. You'd have the radio, but nobody would really carry around a portable radio. So all of us used to just read. So I would read even standing up if I didn't get a seat. But because I live on the end of a line, normally I'd always get a seat. And then when I was going to London, I'd go into Liverpool Street, and then I would catch it from Liverpool Street, so I'd always get a seat. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes it's difficult if it's quite busy and you're reading like that. But there you go. But yeah, I used to read a load of books. I loved it. Yes, so To Kill a Thief, I live on the end of Elizabeth line. Oh, okay, brilliant. So yeah, you get a seat. That's always good. To Kill a Thief, I've been working on the digital rewards. So hopefully, if my emails have gone to plan, everybody that backs the Kickstarter at and got a digital reward, whether it was 1 audio story or 4 audio stories, should now have the link to download those stories. Let me know if you haven't. Let me know if I need to resend it. The link expires after 3 days. So but don't worry, because if you've not downloaded it and the link, you go to click on the link and it's expired, just email me and I will then generate a new link for you and then you can download it. But then again, you get 3 more days. So I don't want to keep going. Imagine that for 6 years. Someone going, oh, sorry, I didn't download it in time. Oh, sorry, I didn't download it in time. Steve, got one of those emails to the stories. Hopefully you've downloaded them, because I think they're going to expire soon, either today or tomorrow. It's 3 days, so probably today. But yeah, and if you want to leave any comments on the Kickstarter, or onto Edra Tales Facebook group, but the Kickstarter might be cool, about what you think of the short stories, the audios, then that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it. And also, I have created the digital wallpapers as well. So that's everybody, apart from the first tier level, gets digital wallpapers. So you should also have had the link to download your digital wallpapers. And what I've done is I've put it as a hidden link on my website. So you can't get to it if, just general public go on my website. You won't be able to find the link. However, you've got that link. So click on the link and that will take you directly to that page. And then you right click on each image and you just simply download them. And then you set it as your desktop if you would like to. Obviously you might not, but there you go. So the digital, I think that's everything digital apart from the ebook. But obviously I can't send out the ebook yet because it's still being proofread. So everything digital apart from the ebook has been sent out. So that's good. And also, while I'm waiting for the for the proofreading, the final proofreading, I have now started designing the bookmark. That's not what it looks like, obviously, because this is Jonathan Green's "'Twas Nightmare, the Krampus Nightmare Before Christmas." But this is the size of bookmark that it's going to be, and the book, I believe that's the size of book that it's going to be. This is similar to this sort of size. So the bookmark is going to be that sort of size in comparison to your book, which is pretty cool. I did have an option of 3 different sizes. One would have been just bigger than the book. And I was thinking, oh, that's quite cool. And then I thought, no, because I like to take my books with me, if I stay over somewhere and read them. Or, like Steve, read them on the train. And if you've got your bookmark in and the bookmark's slightly above, that could get crushed in your bag. So I thought, no, actually, I'll do a smaller bookmark to the actual book, because then you can still put your bookmark in, but it's actually protected by the book, if that makes sense. See, I think about these things. Yeah, so it's going to be roughly this size. I think it's 55 by 173 millimeters. Next time, I'm not backing the high tiers. I'll explain later. Don't worry, nothing bad. No worries, Martha. Yeah, absolutely. No worries. I always say back the rewards, or if you can't afford to back anything, no worries. This should be money that is surplus. Yeah, if you're spending your mortgage money or your rent money or your food money, then don't do it. For me anyway, don't back my projects. If it's spare money, then absolutely fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. And back the rewards you want to back for whatever reason. So even if it's only the £2 one, and you're just saying, here, have £2 towards the project, then that's fine. That's absolutely great. If you want, if you just wanted the ebook, brilliant, not a problem. I did have a backer who backed the ebook, but is keen to buy the physical book when it comes out. So, they've done it that way, but then they don't get all the rewards that the person that, backs it as a physical book would get. So they don't get the audio, they don't get the paper, they don't get the custom dice, that kind of thing. Steve has put it downloaded. That's some audio content for my commute next week. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Steve. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Lee Wren has put here, took 44 years, but finally ticked every box of the see every Bruce Lee starring film on the big screen. Wow, that's impressive. On the big screen, because that doesn't always happen. Bucket League, Big Boss, ironically, is his first starring role today. Can now face the ferryman just a little braver, many years now with one less boyhood regret. Yes, exactly. Well, you've got hopefully many more years before the ferryman greets you. It's hobby money. That's right, Steve. Absolutely. I always, because I'd love to back lots of Kickstarters. Of course I would. But I'm not made of money. I wish I was made of money. So I have to pick and choose which Kickstarters I back. And I'm sure people that create Kickstarters understand that as well. We can't back every project. We'd love to, but we can't back every project. So anybody that does back my projects, I am very, very grateful to you. I appreciate that, the fact that you've backed the project. And hopefully, you'll like all the rewards that you're going to get. And the main thing is that you like the actual book. For me, that's the meat of the Kickstarter, isn't it? That's why you're backing the Kickstarter. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I've had good feedback from the playtesters. Julian especially really liked it, and I value Julian's opinion because, like me, he's played lots of the game books, so he kind of knows what makes a good game book. Martha's put here, all right, some big changes has happened to me, and the local government They approved getting a cat. Oh, that is fantastic. They approved you getting a cat. I love that, Martha. Have you got the cat? Do you know what cat you're going to get? Or is this just like, let's get the green light and then you can look for a cat? Oh, love the Big Boss. I've not seen that. Oh, is she a fluffy or short fur kitty? Oh, that is fantastic news. That's fantastic news. So I've designed the bookmark, and I'm not going to lie, I do like the fact that what Jonathan's done here, where he's put agility, combat, endurance, he's actually put the core attributes. So I've done the same. So sorry, Jonathan, but I just really like the cut of your jib. So I thought that would be cool. I've got the image of the goblin on one side, and then on the other side I've got the core attributes down the middle, and the logos on there as well. So that's the bookmark designed, and I'll probably send off for them pretty shortly. Nothing beats Chuck Norris fight. Oh, the Chuck Norris fight in Way of the Dragon. I think I have seen Way of the Dragon. Yeah, I think I have, but probably about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I do remember being very, very impressed with the fight sequences. Martha's better, no, not yet. Got to clean my place up first and help fix water damage that caused mould, which made me cough a lot. Oh, Martha, yeah, you've got to... Advice to anyone, get mould out of your place as soon as possible, because that just can affect your health really badly. Yeah, well, good luck with that, Martha. And then that's fantastic news, you're going to get a cat. That's brilliant. You have to keep us updated with cat news. Breaking cat news. Leaving's put here, though, thank goodness the version I saw was the original Hong Kong version. Oh, brilliant. With the melancholic spaghetti western style music score rather than the raunchy big band score of the American dub. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. See, I'm not massively into martial arts films, but I do like just film history in general. So that's interesting how they, yeah. I can understand though why companies do that, because different cultures do have different tastes. You know, in England we are a big nation of dog lovers, whereas another culture might not be. So would you release a board game into a culture that doesn't really like dogs? Probably not, you know, or a card game. Whereas England, perfect market for a dog. In fact, there is a dog walking game called Park. I think it's called Park. So yeah, you know, so I can understand why they do stuff like that, which I'm sure you can as well. Spellsingers put it, Chuck Norris didn't go bold. Doesn't go bold. Hang on, what? Chuck Norris doesn't go bold goes Chuck Norris. I don't get that reference, but anyway. Martha's put it, hopefully people will. That was the reason I felt so tired and sick. Oh, Martha. Yeah, because you've had that for a while. You've had that for a while. Oh, well, I'm really happy then that accidentally your health is going to get better, fingers crossed, as well, from the fact that you're getting a cat. So as a side result of you looking into getting a cat, they've assessed your place and gone, do you know what? There's some mould up here. We need to sort out mould up. So that's helped you as well as the cat. So that's brilliant news. Yeah, so fingers crossed with that. Yeah, I had a bit of mould. It wasn't a lot, but I had to really combat it over the years. You know, it keeps coming back. So it's like, right, I have to get rid of it again, get rid of it again, get rid of it again. So, yeah, I'm sort of still combating a little bit of it. Well, I live in a dungeon though, don't I? So, you know, there's bound to be mould. So there we go. So I have done the bookmark. I have also requested a quote from a dice company to make the custom dice, because I really want to be able to give you custom dice. So hopefully they'll get back to me on Monday or Tuesday, and then I can't, because I'm not ordering that many. You know, for what they're probably used to, the orders. I need about 50 custom dice, I think it is. But I'll probably get something like 200, just so I've got excess for the future, you know. And they could be quite good if, you know, if someone loses their dice, I could always send out another one. But oh, hang on, I've missed one here. Yeah, oh, I can't pronounce his name. Ennio Morricone's Sad Yet Hopeful Musical Score. He is the master, isn't he, of the spaghetti western musical score. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is very influential in this day music in Japan and Hong Kong media. Well, yeah, not just and on western scores as well. Steve has put here, we had mould in our old house and it really affected my other housemates. Not me though, as I drank iron brew. And hence immune to all diseases. Yeah, they should have promoted iron brew more in COVID. Yeah, it is. Eventually, it's a killer, isn't it? If you live with mould for too long, it really does damage your lungs. Martha's put in, nope, I complained. Oh, I see. You complained for the water damage for a year. A year. They left it for a year until they did something about it. The plaster wall might need to be fully replaced. Well, that's their problem, isn't it? If you're renting, then they need to sort it out. But to live with it for a year, yeah. They just clearly ignored you then. Maybe, I don't know, could you get any compensation for that? Still think that God of Art to this day still thank the God of Art, I see what you mean, to this day for getting to see Maestro Morricone's conduct a concert in Taiwan in the first year I returned, 2009. Wow, so you saw the great man himself, conducting. Wow, that's impressive. Lerin, you have done so much in your life, in your short, sweet summer life. Stevens, but there was a recent High Court case about a child who died because of mould. And the landlord ignored it. Yeah, you can't ignore mould. When I rented my place out for a little bit, I never had, when I lived there, I never had problems with mould. And then he did. I'm kind of not blaming him, but I am blaming him, because it's like I lived there for a number of years without there being mould, and then suddenly there's mould. So anyway, that's by the by. But I just dealt with it as best I could straight away, you know, and I said, please keep contacting me. If you see it again, let me know. So I did, you know, he did. So I came and sorted it out. And also, it's your own property. So surely you don't want damage to your own property. Why would you ignore it? You don't want damage to your own property. It's bizarre. You know, even if you're like a selfish, mean landlord and you don't care about their health, at least you should care about your property, because it's selfish to you. Martha's put, I'm renting from the local government. Oh, okay. And if 2 precious things I have been damaged, I would have been an angry. Yeah, if 2 precious things had been damaged, yeah, you would have been angry. Yes, an angry dragon. I know. Well, also, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. You have to live in clean places. Absolutely. So there we are. So, done the postcards. Not postcards. Done the bookmarks. I have contacted the company about the custom dice. And what I'm going to do is I've created that on its own, the little demon logo, the little demon icon. So that is going to be in like the actual custom bit of the dice. That's going to be the custom bit of the dice. I have a plaster horse and brass horse after my great granddad, and they mean the world to me. Oh, lovely. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, I guess if they're plaster, they could be affected by mould as well. But lots of things can be affected by mould, can't it? So that's, yeah, so all the digital stuff has been given to the backers that need them. And I've designed the postcard. I'll probably order that early next week, or maybe Sunday I might actually order it. They should arrive, you know, within the week. And then hopefully, you know, Sally's ploughing on with the proofreading. I know she's really busy, so bear with her. It is literally just me and Sally doing this game book. And then, yeah, hopefully I will be getting everything ready. I do plan to get everything out before Christmas. That might not happen. Or if it does, it might be, you know, like the 20th of December. So you probably won't get it for Christmas, which is a big shame. But it will be a nice surprise in January. If I can get it to you guys in January, that would be fantastic. Both of them are handmade. And now I'm looking into getting a safe to protect things. It means a lot to me. Yeah, that's a good idea. Could get a little safe. Put valuable items in there. So that is the news on the game book. And then talking of cats, actually, I have been designing a game called Flat Cat Fat Cat. Flat Cat Fat Cat. So there it is, Fat Cat, Flat Cat. And it is a game where players are cat ladies of Old Moggy Town. And there are many stray cats. But we, as cat ladies, we want to feed them. We want to fatten them up. But we're only going to fatten up the flat cats because they're the ones that need feeding. We're not going to feed the fat cats, because they've already had enough. Good morning, Julian. Good morning, Julian. You've just missed all my talk about To Kill a Thief. Good morning. Lovely to see you. I hope you're well. I could do with a few more hours sleep. Yeah, can't we all? Still a bit wiped. Ended up spending Thursday evening proving John didn't have an issue, and hope it went well, as deadline for publishers was yesterday. Oh, what do you mean? Deadline for publishers was yesterday? As in, they'll get it back to you in Christmas? Yeah, that Christmas is looking vague for me because Sally's still proofreading it. But thank you anyway. Yeah. So, I see. You were trying to prove to John that his game book didn't have a loop in it, that it wasn't looped. Meow, Ken said the magic word. Exactly. Well, you probably know by now, Julian. Did you back? You backed it, did I? Julian, have you received emails from me over the last couple of days with the audio stories? The alleged loop is in his latest book, yes. So that's yes. You've put yes. So is this a yes now to my question? Did you receive emails from me regarding the audio short stories and the digital wallpapers? Because I don't remember writing your name out. Unless you didn't back the project, which is fair enough. Got the juice to learn. Oh, okay. By Lindsay. Oh, that's Lindsay. That's Lindsay. Fantastic. And you also should have got an audio story as well. At least one. I can't remember which tier it is. That's why it didn't connect. Because I was thinking, I don't remember typing Julian. Fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so we're moving along with the other rewards. As I was saying, I've designed not this one obviously, designed the bookmark, and I'll be sending off for those next week or probably Sunday. And also I've got in contact with a dice company to hopefully custom build my dice, to get custom dice. And I'll be looking into the other rewards obviously Sunday and in next week as well. However, I was just telling you about my new game, my new card game called Flat Cat, Fat Cat, where we're all cat ladies of Old Moggy Town, and we want to fatten up the flat cats. You're more than welcome, Julian. Thank you for backing it. But we do not want to feed the fat cats. And other cards in the game are... we've got fancy hats. We've got blind bats. We've also got... where are they? Where are they? Oh, yeah. We've got pitter-pat cards. That means you can make two cats fall in love. We've got patchwork cats, but they're wilds. They just count as any colour cat. But we've also got black cats. Where are the black cats? Well, we've got comfy mats as well. Comfy mats for your flat cats. Where are the black cats? And the rancid rats. We've got, feed the flat cats, breed the fat cats. Exactly. That is a brilliant way of putting it, actually. Yeah. Ooh, I like that tagline. That could be the tagline. We've also got where at cards. You've probably noticed all the cards rhyme. They're where at cards, which means at the end of the game, when you do your scoring, you can actually move one card from one of your comfy mats into another comfy mat to give you hopefully a better score. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got rancid rats. And, we've got tasty sprats. But we've also got, there they are. We've got black cats. So what you do is, on your turn, you're playing cards, but they have to be the same card. So if I'm playing black cats, I could play one black cat or several black cats. So I might, and you're trying to collect flat cats. So you score 1 point for each of the same colour flat cat. However, you do each get 3 comfy mats, and what you can do is, comfy mat can only be one colour of flat cat. So I might have a blue, green and orange, but there are 4 colours, so I wouldn't be able to collect purples. So what you're doing is, you're playing cards, resolving them, or you're swapping cards, or discarding cards to draw back up again if you don't like what you've got in your hand, or you're scavenging, because each player gets a little cat lady token that you can go and scavenge from the discard pile, because there's a common discard pile, and you can then look through for cards that you particularly want if you've noticed that they've been discarded. The other sort of slight twist on the game is that every player gets their own draw stack of cards, but they place them face up next to in their play area, so you can see what your next card that you're going to draw will be. And so what you're going to do is each player gets 7 cards, and then when you played a card, you draw straight back up to 7, so you will know what's coming up next. Also, if you play your cat lady, it does 2 things. It can protect a comfy mat. That means no one can place anything on your comfy mat. So they can place black cats that curse your comfy mat, and they can play rancid rats, and they can also play fat cats to give you negative points. So for every fat cat that you've got is a negative point, unless you play a pitter pat and you can pair them up. So as long as you've got 2 green fat cats, that's worth 2 points. If it was only 1, you'd get -1 point. So you can play cards on other people's mats. However, if you move your little cat lady token onto one of your mats, that protects it. But it also means you can't add to your score either. But when your cat lady is away from your stack, yeah, so say you protect your comfy mat, that means that anyone else can use your draw stack as well as their own. So they might see that, oh, you've got a blue flat cat, and and they're collecting blue flat cats, so they might take from your draw stack when they're drawing up cards. Equally, if you've put your cat lady out to the scavenger pile, to the discard pile, your stack is unprotected, and again, players can take from your stack as well. So it's an interesting dynamic that I don't think I've seen that anywhere before. It might be done before, but I don't know about it. And then the game runs out when 2 things. Is when somebody puts their fancy hat, their 3rd one, on their comfy mat, that ends the game. And the reason why you'd want to put a fancy hat on is that protects your mat permanently. The cat lady goes back to... The cat lady just protects it temporarily, but if you put a fancy hat on it, then that definitely protects all your scores. You won't get any negative points onto that comfy mat. So as soon as you put a 3rd one down, that ends the game. Or as soon as somebody runs out of cards on their stack, that ends the game as well. So by choosing to draw from someone else's stack, not only messes with them, but also can potentially end the game or run the game down quicker. So I think that's going to be a fun little dynamic there, little mechanic. Patchwork are wild. They can be any colour flat cat. And yes, what did you say? Rancid rats. Do rancid rats eat the comfy mats? Not quite. What they do is they're tied in with the black cats. So if someone was to play a black cat, I haven't got one to hand, but if someone plays a black cat on your comfy mat, because the black cats are cursed, that scares away flat cats. So you lose a flat cat to the discard pile. If it goes round again and gets back to your turn, if you've still got that black cat on your comfy mat, another flat cat goes to the discard pile. And it will keep doing it until there's no more flat cats on that comfy mat. Then the black cat goes to the discard pile. If, however, you play a rancid rat on someone else's mat, the black cat automatically follows to eat the rancid rat and then stays on their mat. So you've got rid of that problem. So you can't do any... So if you've got it for 1 round, you'll lose 1 flat cat. But if you then can play a rancid rat, it will then disappear over onto their mat. Another way to stop rancid rats and black cats and pitter pat, because you might not want someone to steal a fat cat from you because they'll get points, but then you might want them to steal a fat cat from you because you're getting rid of the negative points. However, if yours are positive points, you want to block it. So if you play a blind bat, that stops black cats, rancid rats and pitter-pat cards. So the blind bat, you just play it automatically and go, no, that cat is not coming near me, and they both go to the discard pile. Got to go to my gaming club. See you later. Yes, Martha. Thank you for watching, and I'm really happy that you've got the you're getting a cat. That's fantastic news, and the fact that they're sorting out the mould, which is brilliant. So have fun, Martha. Thank you for watching. Have fun. So that is pretty much the game. So I think it's going to be quite a fun game. I've playtested it 3 times now, and so far it's gone down well. Everybody still thinks that, you know, when I playtest something, especially for the first time I playtest it, I always ask, do you think there's a game here? You know, is this a game? You know, there'll be flaws with it. It'll be, you know, it won't flow as well, or there's too many fat cats, or there's too many black cats, or this. But those can be tweaked. Is it fun, and is there a game here? And every time I've playtested it, the answer's been yes to both of those questions, which then encourages me to keep tweaking it, to then improve it, to then get it to a stage where I think, yeah, I think we can go out and pitch this now. Levin's put a hail fluffy fur babies. Yeah, I know. It does sound fun. I know Nate and Kit would enjoy playing that, as would we. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Julian. Well, the idea came to me while I was in Essen, Spiel Essen, while I was at the games convention in Essen, and I noticed there was a lot of cat games, and also the publisher that I'm published with, Outset Media, they're taking on another cat game. They've already got like 2 in their range already, but they're taking another cat game. Now, I wouldn't necessarily choose cats as a theme to do a game, because my brain goes, well, there's so many cat games out there. Why would I add to that? You know, why should I do another cat game? But it's for that very reason that I'm doing it, because Paul of Outset Media said, but cats sell. People love a cat game. They, you know, whatever it is, if it's a good game and it's themed cats, it normally sells well. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to design a cat game, aren't I? And I was kind of doing it jokingly, sort of just going, well, then I'll have to design a cat game. And then my brain started to think of it, and I thought, well, if I'm going to do a cat game, it won't be a cute, oh, isn't that nice? It will be a quirky, sort of bizarre game. And I woke up the next morning with the title Flat Cat in my head. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. What's that all about? And then it was like, oh, okay, you're cat ladies, and you need to feed the flat cats because they need feeding, but not the fat, you know. And I started to rhyme all the cards, and it was just joking around with 2 other people in the taxi going to the convention. I said, yeah, I've got this idea for a cat game then called Flat Cat. You know, you're trying to lure your flat cats onto your comfy mats with tasty sprats, but you don't want the fat cats. And then we just jokingly tried rhyming stuff. And then I went, hang on, there probably is a game in this. So then I took all the rhyming stuff, like, in fact, there were cards like Annoying Brats was one of them, and Tit for Tat cards. But I've shoved them out because too many. But I then started to write, okay, well, what does each card do? So I then started to think about, well, what traditionally is a black cat? Oh, black cats can be unlucky. Oh, so maybe they scare away the flat cats. Do you see what I mean? So the game actually came from the rhyming. It's a bit like mild version of Exploding Kittens, but different enough not to be a copy. See, I've never played Exploding Kittens. So that would be interesting that you've said that it feels like Exploding Kittens, but not enough to be a copy. Oh, okay. Especially in the rhyming, it is quirkily different. Yeah. Okay, good. Because there's very few cat games I've actually played. There was a game called Flat Cat in the 80s, or maybe late 70s, that I used to own. And I looked it up on BGG, and it's like, oh my god, that's it. I remember that cover, and it's sort of a real, it's not, the artwork isn't brilliant, but hey, it never used to be back then. But that's not true. And I remember the game. Plus, there is another game called Alley Cats that we had the board game of. And I used to love that because Alley Cats came with little tokens that were fish shaped, you know, like kippers. but they were the bones, so it was a skeleton of a fish, which was a genius token, which were really cool. You had Alley Cats back in the day. It was a great board game. Yeah, it was really good fun. You had to go around and you had to look inside dustbins, and if there were bones in there, then you would take them, but you had to get them back. I'm pretty sure you had to get them back to your house without getting caught, because some of them, little dustbins, hiding the dogs. Exactly. Some of them had little dogs in, which was brilliant. The one luck superstition I do not subscribe to: all kittens are good luck. Yes, I know. Some people don't believe that. But I think that does sound familiar. Yeah. But I think when you're designing games and writing books and stuff like that, sometimes for shorthand you buy into the stereotypes. So black cats are unlucky. Well, are they really? Probably not. They're just cats. However, in England anyway, there's a tradition, because they're associated with witches and they're familiars of witches, so they're going to be so if a black cat crosses you, walks across your path, then that's a day's bad luck or whatever. So it has those connotations. So I'm going to use that as shorthand so that people remember what the card does, if that makes sense. If it's a flat cat, well, they need feeding because they're flat. If it's a fat cat, you don't want them because they're already fed. Do you see what I mean? Because they're negative. So I'm trying to just sort of go on stereotypes there and make the cards intuitive. Our Indy is black. Lindsay must be a I have often thought that, Julian. I've often thought that. Absolutely. I don't know what gave it away, really, but she does carry a big broomstick with her, doesn't she? And she's got a pointy hat. That might be it. And she's always banging on about making potions. I thought it was soup, but it was like Newt's eye soup. Didn't she mention that? But is Lindsay lighter than a duck? Yes. She's a witch. She's a witch. No. She's a witch. She's a witch. So there we go. So I've been quietly getting on with this. And I like to think that I'm eager to play test this next version because I've tweaked it some more since the last play test. And every other Monday, I go to board game groups every Monday. One Monday is just a board game group where they like to play published games, but every now and again they play, they humour me and play my prototypes. But then the other Monday is a play testing group where, we are there specifically to play each other's prototypes. So this Monday is the play testing group. So I'm going to play. I'm going to play this version, this new version that they've not played yet, once again. And what I've done is I've actually designed some play mats. So each player gets a character. So Iris Bracegirdle is one character you can be. And these are your comfy mats that you will put. Well, I've actually got cards that you put on, because you start with one comfy mat. When you've collected three flat cats of one colour, you can then unlock your second comfy mat and start scoring, and then etc, etc. These are where your fat cats go. Everything else goes onto the comfy mat. This is your draw deck, so this is your personal draw deck, and that's a space for your cat lady. So every player gets one of those. And they've not seen that, that's all new for them. And this is the alley, this is the street where the common discard pile goes. And when you put your cat lady out to scavenge, if there's no one on here, you go first. So when it comes back to your go, you then get to choose a couple of cards from the discard pile. If there's more than one, then they get to go second and look through the discard pile, then third, then fourth, etc, etc. But while you're in the alley, your stack is actually vulnerable. Your stack is vulnerable. So that is that. Now I do have to print out a few more cards actually, because I've added to the card count. The only thing that I think a publisher might be scared off about this game is there's a lot of cards. But then cards don't really cost that much to print, so I might be all right. but at the moment there's 558 cards. And that is mainly because if I wanted to play 6 players and I want you each to have your own draw stack, then you do need to have quite a lot of cards for it to sort of work, for you to actually score a decent amount of points. How many have I put? Yeah, so if it's 6 players, you get 90 cards each. If it's 5 players, you get 108. If it's 4 players, you get 135. If it's 3 players, you get 180. If it's 2 players, 270. Now, I don't know if that works. It might be just too long. So, but this is what you test. Hang on. What we got here? Plus, she is a duck and she can float water like a brick. Yeah, so it must be. Do I burn her now? Yeah, or maybe at night. Burn her at night because it'll look better, won't it? Blue. Wait, yellow. Yeah, no, wait, yeah. Laden or unladen. Yes, there we go. Love the board game with the layout mats. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. African or European? I don't know. Good old Monty Python. Mesh, that is a lot of cards. It is a lot of cards. However, if you've got... I'm sort of trying to negate that with the player mats, because if it was just a lot of cards, by putting boards in, it also makes it a slightly bigger game. So, you know, you feel like you're getting more for your money, if you see what I mean. I'm just, you know, I've put here, shuffle all the cards, shuffle the cards, deal roughly an equal number of cards. So you don't have to count them exactly, you could just roughly go, here's your card here. However, or you can deal out the following on the exact number, because some people might go, yeah, but that's not equal, you got more cards than me, that's why you won. So depending on what type of player you are, you might go, no, let's count out exactly the number. So that's the only downside I can see of the game. But we'll see. The other way to negate that is by having, it's just a 2 to 4 player game, which means obviously I can take out a big chunk of cards. But it's nice to have a 6-player game if I can get it. So there we go. So I'm going to be playtesting that lots more. Playtesting that lots more. Just to get it right. And then once I feel like it's right, then I will be pitching it. I'll probably be pitching it to Outset Media first, because I was with them when I came up with the idea. So they kind of know I'm developing it. They might not be interested at all. They might not want another cat game, because they're launching a cat game this year as well. So, but they might want a cat game for 2027. I think they're looking for games now to be published. So there we go. So there we are. Oh, and then I was going to talk about. So I've gone through all my fighting fantasy books, and it looks like there's not that many that we've not actually live streamed now. So look at this. This is hello. This is just the fighting fantasy game books that I've live streamed, which is crazy. So I must have live streamed hundreds of game books now, and you as well, Julian. Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I hope I get a chance to see the playtest or eventually buy it. Well, that's very kind of you, Julian. Yes. Huzzah! That's not fighting fantasy. So what I was going to say is the only ones that I've still got in my collection is Scorpion Swamp, Talisman of Death, and Sorcery. So, does anyone want to play any of those? On to Lone Wolf then, right? Oh, we could do another Lone Wolf. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've played, it looks like, 11 fighting fantasy books with 3 left. 11, 12, 13, 14. So I've got 14. Now, I'm not seriously kind of collecting these, because if I was, I'd want the originals. But I've got a mixture of each, of each edition. Sorcery, amazing. So, so we could play Sorcery. If you do Sorcery, you'll need to get 2 and 4 as well. Yes, 2. Yeah, Sorcery is a series of books, isn't it? I've never played all of them. I must admit, I've played Sorcery. I can't remember if I've won or finished this, completed this. So maybe we could try Sorcery, and that could be an ongoing series then. One of those. Scorpion Swamp. What I might do then is maybe put a poll up to say which ones you want. Talisman of Death, Scorpion Swamp, or Sorcery. And then we'll see. I'll put that up in the Edra Tales Facebook group. And then we'll see which one. Sorcery is Jackson's masterpiece. Yeah, it is. It's very good, isn't it? I played 1 to 3 back in the day, and somewhere is my original adventure sheet for it. Oh, I wish I'd kept my original adventure sheets. Yeah. Honestly, what a great concept these game books are. What a great concept. So, yeah, what we can do then, just that one though, as of course it's cumulative across the books. Yes. Do you just get one for all of them then? Do you take, yeah, because it's, you kind of, you take your character into the next one, don't you? This I bought second hand, and I love that. Someone's actually written there. Sword, pipe, teeth, pot, clues and notes, 233, 54. And you can tell this is a kid that's done it because it's shockingly bad handwriting. The best viewers, steamboo.com. Remove the space. Don't click on that link, anybody. But welcome, allowable mouthpiece. Yes, it's character progression, just like in Lone Wolf. Well, maybe then, maybe we could weirdly do this. For the next year, maybe we could do Sorcery and Lone Wolf. Should we do that? Should we do that? Does that sound good? Because we could do we could do Sorcery. Well, let's do that. Let's make a decision. Let's do Sorcery next. Then do a Lone Wolf, then do number 2 of Sorcery, then number 2 of that Lone Wolf, then do number 3, then do number 3, then do number 4, then do number 4. At the completion of each book, make an identical copy of the last adventure sheet in case restarts are needed. Ah, yes, that's a good point, actually. We're already here. Are they now allowable? Not on my stream. I know, not on my stream either. Sounds freaking epic. Okay, well, let's do that then. The Sorcery series was originally targeted for a more adult series and was published by Penguin rather than Puffin. Yes. Yeah. It feels more mature. That's an interesting point. I don't think I particularly knew that, but thanks for that, Steve. Yeah, I did know that they created Puffin specifically for these books, though, didn't they? For the Fighting Fantasy books. Because they're aimed at a younger audience. This is the one, obviously, where we've got to learn spells. Which is fantastic. So, okay, well, we'll do Sorcery. We'll do Sorcery next. Fantastic. Well, it's been lovely chatting with you. Thank you for watching. And thanks for all your comments. Thanks for your chat. Thanks for your support. And, yeah, it's been fantastic. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Spelsing. Thank you, Julian. Just keep a list of the 3-letter acronyms to one side. Yeah, I might do that. I might photocopy them out so I can look. Yeah. Oh, look, they've got a little advert for the rest of them. Sorcery 2, City Port of Traps. See, I don't think I even got onto Sorcery 2, so this will be interesting. Thank you, Spelsing. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lee Rin. Appreciate your time as always. Well, I appreciate you being here, Spelsing. That's very kind of you. It's almost like learning a language. It is. I remember doing that as a kid, going, "Wow, this is." Have a wee try before we start to give you a head start. Oh, okay. Then yeah, maybe yeah. Oh, I forget time, but yes. Thing is, though, I'm going to have to now get them in this format, aren't I? Because for my collection. because I've got loads of different types. Look, I've even got that one. I've got these ones, and then we've got the wizard ones. So obviously we all want the green spine ones. I wish I'd kept mine. Anyway, Steve, off to the local library. No FX book, unfortunately. Oh, there should be, shouldn't there? Okay, thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate everybody that's watched. If you didn't comment, but you were watching, I do appreciate it as well. And if you're watching this on playback, I thought my sign had fallen down there. But if you're watching this on playback on the YouTube channel, that's very kind of as well. If you miss any of the live streams on Twitch, I do export them over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel. So take care. The difficult sorcery allegedly inspired the similar horrific difficult of Dark Souls. Oh, did it? Yes, that's an interesting fact there. Yeah, absolutely. I think I've heard that before. You might have told me that before. Fantastic. I am the same. I'm more about having a copy to play rather than collect to dust. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the reason why I thought it'd be good to live stream game books is because I've not read a lot. Well, back then I hadn't read a lot of game books. You know, I'd read, say, 5 or 6, not even that, maybe 4, 5 Fighting Fantasy game books. But I just remember loving them. And so I wanted to know more about them. And obviously now you've got more modern authors writing them with different mechanics and all of that. So it's a really great, genre, I should say. Also not paying 400 plus for 58 and 59 each. Ooh, is that how much they are? Well, every time I see them in the wild, I just buy them, for like £2, £3, because they're in charity shops. So hopefully, maybe one day I'll stumble across a 58 and 59. Good choice to cut off the last one. Too depressing and disturbing. Was it? I'm not... what? Dark Souls? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Anyway, thank you for watching. You've been fantastic. And remember, may your thieving never be caught. My collection, says Steve, is also a mixed bag of different editions. Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with that, is there? And it's playing them, I guess, is where the enjoyment comes, not just having them on your shelf. Last book was streamed. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, Lewin. Yes, that was dark. That was dark. That probably was the darkest game book in terms of theme that we've ever streamed. I did enjoy lots of it. I did enjoy it. I love the theme. You're on an island. We don't know what's going on. We're shipwrecked. We're trying to get off the island. We're discovering what this island's all about. However, we got caught up in a loop. It seemed broken. We didn't have keys. We couldn't get there. There seemed to be some sort of broken bit in it, unless we played it wrong. I don't know. But there we go. So it was fun. It just needed tweaking for me. Slips away into the darkness to thieve another day. Absolutely. Take care, and I will see you this Wednesday for book 1 of Sorcery, the Shamanati Hills. I could never pronounce that. It's going to be fun. See you later, everybody.